What's going on, y'all? This is Francisco with Covenant Dispatch LLC, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please do me a favor. Right under this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you like the videos we put out, hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted for when we post future videos. So as you guys can see in the title of the video, I wanted to start. If you watched any of my YouTube videos before, you've went through and saw all of the videos we've made. As you can see, we talk mostly about independent freight dispatching, and we've been shifting a little bit into box trucking, but I've always wanted to just get into trucking in general. So in this video, we're just gonna talk about the cost, how much it is to start a trucking company in the year of 2023. And so we're just gonna do it through a whiteboard. I have the notes here on my laptop, so forgive me, I'm just gonna be writing them down as I bring them up on my laptop. But the video is going to be in depth. This is literally everything that you need to start a trucking company in the year 2023. So let's just get right into it. Before I get into it though, we also have a bunch of training options. We have an independent freight dispatcher course if you want to learn how to start your own at-home dispatching business. We also have a box truck course. We also do consultation calls. All of those training and courses options are in the description under this video where you can access them. But other than that, guys, let's get right into the video. So how much does it cost to start a trucking company in the year 2023? So I didn't put 2023 here, but that's what this video is for, to show you guys, how much it costs to start one in the year 2023. So the first thing you're gonna wanna get, and this is gonna be your first expense, is your LLC. Now, if you're a tax professional or like a CPA, you might say, oh, you don't need to get your LLC, but I always just recommend it just because you want to get your business registration in order. You want to get those things in order so that way you're not scrambling, or just so that you're legally established and stuff like that, right? So if you decide you want to be an LLC partnership, a corporation, whatever you decide you want to do, but most people decide LLC. So LLC is going to be your first expense. Now, usually, not usually, but it really just depends on what state you live in. I know in Pennsylvania it's $125. I've seen it go upwards to like $500, I believe, in the state of Massachusetts. But let's just say, we say $120, $150 if we were to, average it out. The second thing you're going to need is your DOT and MC number. So your US DOT number, MC number in short, is just your operating authority. This allows you to cross state lines and transport or haul federally regulated commodities or passengers or cargo, right? So basically it allows you to operate within the United States through any state, basically, right? So you're gonna need those, you're gonna need that operating authority so that you can actually work and make money. So we're gonna put MC DOT, and that's gonna cost you $300. Mind you guys, in the description under this video, I'm gonna put step-by-step every website that you need to go to get all these things if you guys want to use it as a reference point. So $300, you're gonna go to the FMCSA website to get that. So number 3 is gonna be your BOC3 permit. This is just a permit that you need. As you guys can see as we move forward in this video, there's a bunch of different permits and things that you need that comes with having and running a trucking company, but it's just the rules, right? You got to play by the rules. So the next thing you're going to need is your BOC3 permit. I'm just going to put a P, and you can usually get a processing agent to get this for you, your BOC3. It'll range depending on who you use, but you can get it for as low as $30. And of course they do it for you. You give them your information and stuff like that. Forgive me for the glare that's right here, but at the end I'll put the total so you guys can see it, right? So, all right, that's number 3. Number 4, you're gonna need your truck, right? So depending on what kind of truck you get, man, it's gonna range. Whether you want to get a box truck or a day cab, or if you want to get a sleeper, dump truck, whatever you want to get. But let's just say, if we're speaking objectively or just generally, let's just say you want to get a regular day cab, and a day cab just means it doesn't have a sleeper in the back. Let's say you just want to go ahead and get a day cab. That's going to cost you, I'm going to average it out and just say $50,000, right? So $50,000. And the reason being is because you could have gotten this same truck a few years back for virtually almost, I don't want to say half the price, but at least 30% less. But because of inflation and because of delayed shipments and just a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in the economy, you can't get it for the same price. But on the low end, you can get a decent, let's say an international Cascadia, which some of you guys might say, oh, that's a terrible truck. But you know, if you're looking to start a trucking company, maybe you have like a local opportunity, contract opportunity. So you just want to get a decent truck that has decent amount of miles. You know, you're looking at, like, let's say an international Cascadia, used about 500,000 miles more or less. You can get that for about 50,000, right? Now upwards to like 80, 90,000, you'll get one at about 250,000 miles more or less. And it also, you can get a different, you know, of course, a truck model that you prefer, like a Peterbilt or Kenworth or whatever. But let's just say 50,000 is more or less how much you'll spend. The next thing you're gonna spend is insurance. You need commercial auto liability insurance to keep this MCDOT active. So you're absolutely gonna need that no matter what. That's gonna run you, that's also gonna range. Let's just say you go through a company and they charge you, let's say about 20% of the premium for the year, which I know Progressive does that. And most new trucking companies, I don't say most, but a lot of them start with Progressive, commercial auto liability. They're gonna run you about $4,000 on that down payment. And of course, that's gonna depend on what kind of insurance you get. So hopefully you guys can see that. Yep. So the next thing you're going to get after that is your IRP commercial plates. So IRP just stands for International Registration Plates. So these are the plates that you need if you're a commercial vehicle, I believe over 26,000 pounds. And you need that to haul freight interstate, right? So your IRP plates, you're going to absolutely need if you're looking to start at least a trucking company with a big rig, right? So that's going to cost you more or less around $1,900. Hope you guys can see that. Yeah, it's going to cost you about $1,900. And again, that depends on, you know, the state and the criteria, like how much gross weight your truck is. But more or less, the average is going to be about $1,900, right? Next, you're going to want your IFTA stickers. So your IFTA stickers, and I'm going to put that right here. I'm gonna try to speed this up too so I don't take too long. Your IFTA sticker, your IFTA stands for your International Fuel Tax Agreement. So basically, kind of similar to the IRP plates, right? The IFTA agreement is basically you get a sticker and and you have to pay your quarterly taxes depending on which state you're in. If I'm not mistaken, all 50 states are registered. I could be wrong. It might be a state or two that's off, but most states are associated with the IFTA, so you have to get your stickers per state, and it depends on what state you're in. That'll determine how much you pay for your stickers. I'm just using Pennsylvania as, like, let's say, like my example state, in which they cost $12 to get your stickers. I didn't need to put that 00. I didn't even do that here, but don't mind that. So the next thing you're gonna wanna get is your UCR. So that stands for Unified Carrier Registration. Another one of those things that you need, and I'm not gonna elaborate on that. Again, I'll put the website in the description under the video so that you guys can go and actually go to the website if you're interested in starting a trucking company. I'll give you step by step all the things you need. But your UCR, you're gonna absolutely need. So we're gonna put that at number 8 right here. UCR. And your UCR is going to cost you, let's say you only have a truck. Let's say you only have, you know, I think it's like 0 to 3 trucks, I believe, in your fleet. Let's say you're starting off with 1 truck. It's going to cost you $41 for the year, and you have to renew that every year, right? So the next thing you're going to need is your 2290 tax filing, I guess, if you put it like that. Let me put that here real quick, 2290. You're gonna also need to get that. That's also gonna depend on a bunch of different criteria. So if you're registering a heavy big rig, like a big commercial vehicle truck, above, I believe it's above 55,000 gross weight, you need to file for your 2290, which is your you can link up with like a tax professional that might help you elaborate on it a little bit more. But that's gonna range. I put 120 as like an average number that you'll end up most likely paying. So you'll need that. Number 10, you're gonna need a truck magnet, and you're gonna need to put these on either side of your truck doors. That's per the FMCSA. So you actually have to have your trucking company name, your DOT number, and your MC number. And by the way, your DOT number has to say US DOT. I actually got a violation for that one time, and I didn't know that. So you have to have your MC number, your US DOT number, and you have to have the name of the trucking company. Now, I like to use a simple website that I recommend is Vistaprint, and I'll put, again, in the description under this video, I'll put the link for that website. But you go to Vistaprint and you can get a truck magnet, like 24 inches by like 12 inches or something like that, and you can put all that stuff on there. Now, mind you, the lettering has to be at least 2 inches. So again, that's per the FMCSA. Depending on the DOT officer, if they're, they're super, strict, they might go and actually measure it, but it has to be 2 inches. Either way, the magnets are gonna be, let's say you get them from Vistaprint, they're gonna be $80. Man, that looks jacked up. I apologize. But $80, right? Number 11, you're gonna wanna get your DOT inspection for your truck. Now, if you bought a truck that already has a DOT inspection, then good for you, you don't have to pay. But if you do have to get your own DOT inspection, it's gonna range anywhere from, let's just say $80 to $100, but let's just say $100 you have to pay, right? Number 12, you're gonna wanna get a fire extinguisher. So each, per the FMCSA, one of the regulations is you have to have a fire extinguisher in your truck. Guys, you can literally go on Amazon and type in DOT approved fire extinguisher, and you can find them on there for as little as $50, not that much at all. The next thing you're gonna wanna have, and I don't see a lot of people talking about this, but you absolutely have to have it. I actually got a violation for it as well, and that's safety cones. So the cones are in case your truck breaks down and you have to put cones out so that you can work on it, or just stay stationary wherever you're at and to alert trucks. They're like highlighted cones so that at nighttime they highlight off of the headlights of oncoming traffic. You're gonna need those for sure, and you can also get those on Amazon for about, let's say, $30. Now, number 14, you're gonna need a binder, and you're in a binder, literally like at Staples or Walmart, you can just buy a binder. It's gonna cost you about, let's say, $7. And guys, forgive me, these 11, 12, and 13, I forgot to put the, what they were. So this is for your DOT inspection. All right, forgive me, y'all. I kind of got it all over the place. And then the $50 one was the fire extinguisher. These are for you guys who might want to screenshot this video. The $30 one is going to be your safety cones. All right, can you guys see that? All right, so then after that is a binder. So your binder is going to have specific documents. I'm not going to elaborate on the documents, but I'm going to put them in the description under the video so that you know what documents you have to have. These will also keep you within within regulation. So that way, if you get pulled over, you could just hand the DOT officer or the state trooper your binder that has all the documents they're gonna need. And so, you gotta have that as well. So you're gonna spend money on a binder. You're also gonna spend money on a phone mount. So we're gonna put at number 15, phone. I'm gonna just put MNT, your phone mount. And you can get that for literally like $25 at a, Amazon, or like even at like Walmart or something like that. Now I'm gonna use this little piece right here to write the rest down. It's only a few more, but the next thing you're gonna need is your ELD. So if you're planning to haul freight or commodity or cargo across state lines, you're gonna absolutely need an ELD. Now let me back up. The reason why you have to have a phone mount, if you're using your phone as a trucker GPS, which I recommend, I wouldn't recommend spending tons of money on a trucker GPS. You can just actually download an app and pay a subscription and get a good one on your phone. And but you need a phone mount if you're using your phone as a GPS. That you'll also get a violation if you don't have a mount, but you're using it as a GPS, right? So the next thing you're gonna want to get is your ELD. I apologize if you guys can't see this. And your ELD is gonna run you somewhere around 150. There was an old ELD company called Keep Trucking, but they transferred to Motive. They're a great company. I recommend them. You'll pay about 150 for your ELD monitor. And your ELD monitor basically just tracks the hours so that you're within regulations of your hours of service, or abbreviated as HOS, hours, right? So the next thing you'll need is, let's say you want to, haul freight in a dry van, which is like a trailer, or 53-foot trailer, or like a flatbed. Now you could go and purchase one used. You're gonna spend anywhere from maybe like $30,000 to $60,000 between whether it's used or old to purchase. You might be able to purchase one for maybe like 15 to 20,000. It'd probably be like a, not as good quality, but you could probably purchase it for that. I recommend just leasing if you know somebody that, or even just doing your due diligence and finding somebody that leases it. You'll get it for a great lease price. But we're gonna put trailer. And let's just say you find a trailer and they charge you like $1,300 a month. It depends on the company, but more or less you can get it for about $1,300 a month. So I hope you guys can see that right there. Trailer for $1,300. The next thing, I know it seems like a lot of stuff, guys, but I promise you, if you follow this, you'll have everything that you need and you won't get caught out there, getting violations and stuff. The next thing you're gonna need is a trucker GPS. Now the trucker GPS, I recommend just using a phone, right? Just use your phone, download an app and get a mount, so that way you don't have to pay like an extra $500, $400 on a trucker GPS. Personally, I don't think it's necessary, but if you feel more comfortable, then certainly go ahead and get that. The next thing you need to do is enter your company into what's called a drug program, or a drug testing consortium, or drug program consortium. Basically, they enter you into a random screening where your drivers are randomly screened for, using, whether they're drinking on the job, smoking weed, whatever the case may be. And I'm just gonna put DP for drug program. Now that is gonna, depending on who you use to help you enter your company, is gonna determine what the price is gonna be. But let's just say it's about $199 for the year, and that's a pretty average number, right? So $199 for that drug program. Lastly, you're gonna need a DOT med card. I don't see people talking about this either. DOT med. So your DOT med card is gonna cost you somewhere around $80. And your DOT med card, whether you're the driver or you're hiring drivers, you have to go and get your DOT med card so that they make sure that you're physically able and capable to drive on the road. So they want to make sure you're not overweight, you don't have like complications like sporadic seizures or heart attacks, so that you're keeping everybody safe on the road driving these big rigs, right? So these are literally all the things that you need. I know it's kind of like congested the way I tried to fit it all on the whiteboard, but if you screenshotted it and just wrote this down, by the way, in the description under this video, I'll put literally step by step all the different things that you need. I did want to add that we're going to be doing a part 2 to this video for the things that you'll need if you're hiring a driver. So this is just like typical stuff that you need, but if you're hiring a driver, there are specific steps you have to take, and even extra things you have to do if you're looking to maybe outsource your company. But let's just say you want to buy a truck and you want to drive. Basically, this is what you need to keep you within regulation and to have everything established. I wanted to also add, if you're starting a box truck company, a non-CDL box truck company, there are a few things on here that you wouldn't need. If you're starting a non-CDL box trucking company, you won't need your IRP plates, depending on the circumstance. You won't need your IRP plates, and you also won't need your 2290, and you also won't need a trailer, of course, and you won't need your IFTA. Mind you, non-CDL box trucking company, you won't need those 3 things, or actually 4 things. You won't need those 4 things. But as a non-CDL box truck company, you will need other things like a pallet jack, E-track straps. You're gonna need a lift gate if you want to expand the amount of work you can do. But this video isn't really just for box trucking or non-CDL box trucking. I just want to add that because I have a lot of people who subscribe to my channel and are box truckers. But guys, This is what it costs to start a trucking company in the year 2023. If you have any questions, please shoot us an email. We do consultation calls, and we have courses to teach you guys other stuff. I don't have a course on how to start a trucking company or anything like that yet. Maybe in the future sometime, but guys, feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions. Oh, I'm sorry, the total. So the total amount to start a trucking company, man, I wish I had like an eraser or something. I had it, but I don't know what I did with it. The total is gonna be, one second. The total will be $58,574 to start a trucking company in the year of 2023. Now, mind you, this is just an average number based upon the things that, I was able to gather together as far as the information I know that you need to start a company. If you guys, again, have any questions, or maybe you have additional things you want to add in the comments, please feel free to add them in the comments. Like I said before, we have courses and training programs. All those things can be located in the description under this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button first of all, and again, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video where we talk about what it looks like if you want to hire carriers.